All right, so now I wanted to talk about the deities of the pantheon of ancient Hatra. Um, it's an ancient city from Mesopotamia, but it's from the classical age and the Roman era as well. This is, um, a city where, well, it has a very unique pantheon. This is a time when um, there was a lot of cross cultural influences and synchronizations and unique cults emerging here. So the Pantheon of Hatra. Um, it is a city that was um, filled with Syrians and Arabs as well, and there's some Greek and Roman influences as well. Um, there's Phoenician influence. There's a lot of Aramaean influence. A lot of Mesopotamian influence, of course, because it's from there. So um, I will introduce to you, well, the best of my ability, the Pantheon of Hatra. So I've looked into this extensively too. The supreme deity of Hatra is um, the sun god Maren, which means my lord. He's also called Shamash, the sun god, and his divine son is Bar Maren, which means the son of our Lord or my Lord, and he is the lunar deity. He is the lunar god. So the sun god and the moon god are the two highest deities of Hatra. Um, this is not this is different from earlier Mesopotamia though, where the moon god was the father to the sun god. At Hatra the role is reversed. The sun god is the father, the elder deity. So that is definitely different. Um, that is definitely different. So, um, so we have Maran, which means, like I said, which means like our Lord, and Bar Maran, the son of our Lord. Now there's Marten, our Lady, and um, so Bar Maran and Marten, it's kind of unclear if they have other names associated with them. Like Maran, it has Shamash associated with him, and also Nasser Maran, which is the eagle. So the eagle represents Maran, the sun god. So um, Bar Maran, I'll get into him in a second. Marten, though, in my opinion, Marten corresponds to the goddess Alat, the Arab. She's of Arabic origin. So Alat means the lady, the goddess means the goddess. Um, she's she originates from Arabia, um, and of course popular here at Hatra. She seems to be the most popular goddess there. Um, she has a couple different form couple different forms of iconography there, like as a queen style goddess, kind of like Atargatis, and also as an Athena style goddess with a spear that she holds. Um, but I also think she's related to Ishtar. Um, And I think she's related to Atargatis too, while not being exactly the same, because obviously she originates in a different area from a different area, but she's like similar to the some of those deities. I think behind the name Marten, I think it's Alat. I really do. I could be wrong, but I think she comes closest um, to being Marten. I don't think it's Atargatis, who is there. Atargatis is there, but Atargatis is the consort of Baal Shaman, or Hadad from the Aramean lands, but he's also called Baal Shaman, which means the Lord of the Heavens, the weather god, the deity that's over the weather. So he's there too. So Baal Shaman, and Atargatis is like the fertility goddess. Um, and she's there as well, but she's not Marten. I think it's a lot. There's there's a possibility that they're all of them are separate deities, though. I just don't think so, because Alat was paid special attention with the Hatra royalty. Um, but that's just my opinion. I think Alat is Marten, and so then she would be like the mother of Bar Marin. Now, as for Bar Marin, um, so there's also a deity worshipped called Shahiru. Now, Shahiru, I cannot find anywhere else in the Near East, except from Bronze Age Ugarit, which is a long time ago from Hatra, which is from the first couple centuries BC and the first couple centuries AD. So I don't think there's a connection there. Shihiru can variously mean it means it means dawn, the morning, but in Aramaean it can also refer to the moon god Shahar, who's associated with the god Sin, the classical the classic Mesopotamian god Sin. But it's very unclear, because now here's the problem with Shahiru. There's no imagery that survived of Shahiru. So that's why we don't know. It could be another. I don't think it's another name for Barmarin. It could possibly be, I guess. Maybe. But he's mentioned separately from them, like in deity lists. When they mention the deities, he's mentioned alongside them. So I don't think that it's Barmarin. Barmarin could just go by the name Barmarin, the son of our Lord of Marin. So that's my thoughts on that. Shahiru is an interesting deity. It's possible that Shahiru is kind of like a deity like Aziz or Azizos, like a god of the morning star, like a protective guardian caravan style deity. That's possible, because those deities were popular in the surrounding areas. Alat herself arrives into Hatra on a camel, as that type of a deity. Alat herself is that type of deity. So I think she's associated with the morning, with the planet Venus, but I know at least one scholar thinks that there's a bust of Marin as a sun god. Obviously, he thinks that it's a bust of Shahiru. I can't, but it doesn't look. It looks like a sun god. I mean, looks like all the other depictions of Marin, so I don't see why that would be Shihiru. It is possible that there is something that survived with Shihiru and we just don't know. But there's plenty for Marin and Bar Marin and Alat. As far as like just Marten, when there's only like one or two depictions of her under that name. So that's why I'm thinking, why would she be that obscure with iconography if she's like the top goddess there, right? So Alat has more image, more iconography there. So that's my thoughts on that. And then the next deity we have Nergal. Nergal, classic Mesopotamian deity, just like Shamash is. He was popular there. I think he's got a couple different names there. Either that or there's like a separate deity that's similar to him and who's like winged. Forget the name of that, but he's often associated with Alat. There's so I already mentioned Baal Shaman and Atargatis. They're also there as well. And Nergal is there. He was a popular deity. Seems to be associated with like both like Hades and Hercules. Let me see. So there's also an Ishtar type goddess there though. What's her name? Isharbel, which is just a later version of Ishtar of Arbela. So that goes back to Assyrian, the Assyrian Ishtar of Arbela. There's also a depiction of her. She's very confused with Alat because they both look like an Athena style goddess with the spear and the shield. But it's also different. Isharbel is attended by two other goddesses as well. Some attendant deities there. So Isharbel does have a shrine of her own. So, I mean, and so Nabu is there, or Nebo, the god of writing, the scribal deity. He's there, and his consort is there too. Nanaya is his consort there. So they're both there too. Trying to think. Trying to think of if I know there's more. There's several shrines there, smaller shrines, there at Hatra with different deities. So there's like Nergal, and Nergal was a popular deity there though, and another deity that might be Nergal and might not be, but he's like similar to him. There's different ones there. I'm gonna forget a couple more, but that's a lot of the deities from the pantheon of Hatra. Wanted to introduce that. I've studied it extensively, and I do find it interesting that the sun deity is like senior to the moon deity, even though it's a Mesopotamian city. Very interesting. So yeah, he's the high god there, and the second highest one is the divine sun, Barmarin, and the third would definitely be like Martin, who I believe is Alat. I do. But and then the next highest deities would be like the weather god Atargatis, Nergal, the weather god's Baal Shaman, of course. Then there's Isharbel, Nebu, or Nebo. He might go by Nebo there. And Anaya is there. And I know I'm forgetting a couple more. Of course, Shahiru, who is just uncertain his nature. But I always thought that maybe it's a deity that's similar to like Azizos, that type of deity. But yeah, anybody else who's interested in the Pantheon of Hatra, let me know down below. Do you have any questions or anything else that you want me to do on this? Anybody who's like heavily interested in it, give me also suggestions on other city-state, other areas of the ancient Near East to do. I want to do Palmyra. I want to do, like Dura Europus. I want to do Hierapolis. I want to do a bunch of them. I don't want to do too much at once. So they're all heavily interested. I'm heavily interested in all of them. And I will return with more related videos soon. Hope you found the video interesting. And not sure which one I'm going to do next, but we'll see. But thank you for watching.